Thank you, Amit, for selecting this topic, which is so relevant and futuristic for management education in general, and particularly for the standalone management institutions, which includes both IIMs and PGDM institutions. So I would like to just limit myself to the hiccups, problems, and challenges which are likely to be faced while implementing the future of standalone and PGDM institution. My friend Dr. Bhimrai Maitri has given a very good outline how it is likely to create a new scenario or a future roadmap for management education. Here we can see that management education is broadly divided into affiliated institutions under university system and autonomous institutions, standalone B schools, which are enjoying the autonomy for last 60 years or more, and these can be divided into 2 IIMs and 300 plus PGDM institutions. But the challenge is that how the standalone and PGDM institutions can be converted into the management institutions offering degree as per the stipulation of the NEP 2020. It has been said by the NEP that a complete overhaul and re-energizing of the higher education system to overcome the challenges and thereby deliver high quality education with equity and inclusion. So aspiration is very high, but there are problems a lot. Let me also talk about recommendations of NEP which are to be implemented in the context of management education. Number 1 is overcoming the rigid separation of disciplines. Number 2, converting every technical higher education into a university structure. Number 3, bringing in material and human resource efficiency. Number 4, all higher education institutions have to introduce multidisciplinary programs. And as Dr. Bhimrai Maitri said, that the institutions by 2030 and 2040, they are likely to create the students intake 3,000 to 4,000. So target for becoming multidisciplinary institutions is 2030, and for gradually increasing the students' strength to 3,000 in 2040. Here I will devote a few minutes that why standalone management institutions, including both IIMs and PGDM, they have become very successful during last 60, 70 years of the journey of management institutions. Number 1 is small and focused scale of operations. They have been focusing only on management courses, postgraduate courses. Number 2, well-defined disciplinary mandate given by the Ministry of Education in the context of IIMs and in the context of PGDM by AICTE. Autonomy in governance, because there have been so many challenges in the university system in our country. I would like to say that universities, in particularly public universities, state universities, have become dinosaur in our country because they are following the archaic rules and systems of the university system borrowed from the colonial times. So generous patronage has been given to the IIMs, and there was a vision that these IIMs will become the future leadership factories for the industries. Then what are the challenges for standalone B schools and PGDM institutions if they have to implement the NEP recommendations? I think there are challenges which will require detailed discussion before implementing, and these are disrupting the current model of working, fundamental reorientation of the purpose, refurbishing the institutional architecture to align with NEP 2020 goals, and it is also mentioned here to mention that the entry of the 100 foreign universities and higher education institutions in the country will create intense competition. These are some of the challenges which will be faced by PGDM institutions and standalone IM institutions. Options, as has been said by my predecessor, Dr. Bhimrai Maitriji, there are 4 options. He has said 3+1, but NEP has talked about 3 options: becoming a university, number 2, securing a degree granting autonomous college status, and number 3 is becoming part of the higher education cluster. I will devote some time that how AICTE, and the chairman is coming today, and the director of IM Ahmedabad is also here. I think some of the very prominent policy makers are part of IMC 2023. We have to very forcefully request to all of them that this issue should be resolved. Otherwise, we shall be unlucky to ride the bus for the great future of management education. How it can be implemented? Number 1, the Dr. Bhimrai Maitri committee, which is having only 3 members, including himself, they should be asked to give the recommendation. They are the academician, Dr. Maitri, Dr. D.P. Goel, and third is one of the official of AICTE. They have this mandate, so they should give this report, because they have met all the stakeholders, PGDM institutions at IM Nagpur few months back. So in what way, very efficiently, very fastly it can be implemented? The first is the eligibility criteria should be decided. It should not be a hard nut to crack, but it should give opportunities to good institutions, and those who are weak institutions, they should be given time that they should overcome their weaknesses. Number 2, the degree granting rights to the good institutions can be given for a 5 years period. Thereafter, there can be a review. Number 3, there should be continuous peer review. Otherwise, degree granting can become a big business. Also, we should be very careful. Number 4, for the weak institutions which are financially not strong or which are facing difficulties like lack of faculty or industry linkages, they should be mentored by good institutions. And as has been said, that we have to make the size or financial strength of the PGDM institutions very strong in view of the great resources, large resources, voluminous resources needed for digitalization. As Soumitra Datta ji has said, that the future belongs to those who will ride the bus of digitalization. Lastly, I would like to say that for this, government will have to come and give some financial support to the institutions, and that cannot be given only as a loan from HIPAA. So I would like to conclude by saying that the future of management education, we have 4 scenarios. Number 1, autonomy versus regulation. Autonomy has played a critical role in developing management institutions, and IIMs and PGDM institutions are vibrant management education providers. Rest of the affiliated colleges, they are facing their own problems. Number 2, we need to request the government that in all government jobs, in all PSU jobs, MBA should be given given recognition as an eligibility condition, because many competitions like UPSC competitions, MBA is not getting recognition properly. We need to be very careful that our status as a autonomous management institute should not be diluted. Number 3, we should also be awakened to the fact that all the B schools will be asked by 2030 to align themselves with SDG 2030. And last, that we are also required to do more researches on Indian business and on emerging economies, particularly from Asia and other emerging countries. Because if we are focusing only the global issues and global problems, not looking after our own homeland problems, then we shall not be doing justice with the management education. Thank you.